All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Lang Trading Chat Room. It is May 24th, 2023. Hope you guys had a fantastic day yesterday. Ready to rock and roll and get back at it again today. As always, if you're new, it's going to go something like this. I'm going to start off with the market bias. We take a look at the SPY and the QQQ, determine which way we think the markets are headed today. After that, we will look at the favorites list on the right-hand side of the screen right here. Once we review that list, it will be time to start trading. So that is what we will do. We are day trading this list right here. If you guys have any questions about that, any ideas that you may have for day trading, make sure you throw that up in the chat log. We always love to see that. And before we get started, we always got to talk about money management, guys. This is a very challenging business. It's not easy. You're not going to get rich quick or earn while you learn. None of that stuff. Make sure you're doing it the right way. You start off with very small risk, $5 to $10 per trade. And as you get better, you incrementally increase that risk. So if you don't have anything to trade with, then you can't trade. So make sure you guys are practicing that proper money management. If you're struggling with that, you're struggling with building a trading plan, any of that stuff, if you have any questions about trading at all, make sure you check out the Lang Trading Discord in the link in the description below. It is free to join. Got some great trading resources in there. We got some great traders with great information to help you guys out. So make sure you check that out. And with that, let's get started on the markets, guys. So SPY, Qs, both gapping down this morning. Had a nice little bearish day yesterday on the SPY and on the Qs both. So bearish day yesterday. Now we're gapping down today. The Qs has a lot more room to drop. The Nasdaq, we got room down to at least like 327, 328 before we're getting any real support in here. SPY, not so much. SPY is right in the thick of this junk that we were dealing with for really all of April. We're right back into the thick of it. So expecting quite a bit of chop. Probably going to be a quiet day up until we do have FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock Eastern time. So be mindful of that. Markets are most likely going to kind of chop around, hang out until we have that announcement, the FOMC announcement at 2. So just really going in with a bearish, choppy day right now. Choppy bias is the main bias. Looking towards the bearish side at the moment, but like I said, really expecting some chop, especially on the SPY. We are right in the thick of it, guys. Right, we got multiple moving averages. We got a whole lot of price action right here. So, yeah, just stay mindful. We're going to try to look for some relative strength. We do have a couple stocks gapping up with some nice gaps this morning. First up, we got Urban Outfitters, URBN. So, guys, this is a level 1 gap. This is a high quality gap. We're gapping over multiple pivots, more than I want to count. Nice consolidation, multiple pivots over here. Like there's nothing holding us back. We got easy room to 32, probably even like $34 back here in December of 21. So whole lot of room on the Urban. Keep an eye on this. Is a very, very nice gap. It's doing good volume in the pre-market. So going to be one of my top, probably going to be my top ideas, this Urban. So keep an eye on that very closely. Next up, we have KSS, so Kohl's Corporation. So Kohl's gapping up. It is in a bit of a downtrend, so I don't like that, but it is gapping up over a few pivots here. You can see on the hourly chart, maybe we've run up to like a 23.50 area. Not a whole lot of room on this because it is in that downtrend, so there are a few levels of resistance we're gonna have to fight through. So keep an eye on it, but gonna need to get some strength out of the Kohl's. This whole sector is strong, really. The retail sector, this Abercrombie and Fitch is gapping up. This one's a little bit better than Kohl's, gapping up on earnings. So should have a little bit of room up there, maybe $27.50, $28 on that one. So keep an eye on it. I do like that one, probably a little bit better than the Kohl's. There's a couple other retail stocks, Macy's you can watch, AEO, American Eagle Outfitters. This whole retail clothing. We do have some nice short ideas, guys. I really like this QCOM. QCOM, first idea right here, gapping under right at this double bottom pivot here. So if we get under, show a little bit of weakness under 102, I do like it quite a bit, but I am going to want to see it get under that 102 mark before I'm really interested in it. Next up, we have Apple, AAPL, classic fat man stock, gapping under multiple pivots. So it doesn't have a whole lot of room to run. This is in a pretty strong uptrend, so kind of the inverse of what that Coles was. You're gonna have some support along the way, so be mindful of that. Maybe we run it down to 168, maybe more depending on how weak the market is. But keep an eye on the Apple. Really, 168 is probably my first target there. So I want to see it underneath this 170 area. So we get under 170, we should have a couple bucks to play with there on the Apple. Next up, we have Citigroup C. So this one's gapping down. It is above this one pivot right there at 44 bucks. So it only does about $1 a day average. So we have $1 until we get down there. So this one might be a little bit range bound. We'll see how weak it is. Nonetheless, it is a nice gap so far. So maybe we trade it down to that $44 area. If it really shows some weakness, maybe you're able to trade it underneath that, but I'm going to be cautious of doing that. So keep an eye on it, but a little bit of a range-bound stock right there. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, Yasuki, Diana. Hope you guys are having a great morning today. Casey, I know you're there. You got a question? What is the difference for technical analysis between stocks and Forex? There's not one. There's not one. They're all charts. They all look the same. They all have bottoming tails, topping tails, double bottoms, support, resistance. We could be trading pet rocks. Sorry, guys. The dog is going nuts. We could be trading pet rocks, though, for all I care. Anything that's on a chart like this, technical analysis is going to be the same. So it does not switch at all there. So back to the list here. So next up, we got Pan W. So this one's gapping up over a little bit of a consolidation here. Room up to maybe $200. This is another one that's going to be range bound. Over 200, you're going to be asking a lot out of it. Average day is $4. Has $4 of that resistance. So we'll try to trade it up to that area. If we get a pattern on it, great. If not, it is what it is. Next up, we have CNHI. So CNHI is gapping down. Very similar to the Citigroup, different sector, but same kind of looking stock where it's gapping underneath some resistance. Once you get down to 1350, you should have room down to that $13 area. It's got that big green bar bottoming tail right there. So going to be some support down there. So maybe we trade it, but it is a little bit range bound at the moment. All right, guys, the market is open. So be on your toes, ready to go. Market is open. I'm going to finish off this list real fast. I got to get my thumbnail watch list set up, though, real fast, guys. All right. We are good to go. All right, and then let me finish this list real fast. So next up, we have Unity Software. So another one gapping down. I like this one a little bit more, actually. It gets under this pivot at like 2760. I do like it. So keep an eye on the Unity Software. Under that area, it has a pretty nice void to drop. So watch that one short. And then last but not least, we have ADI. So this is actually looking like one of the better stocks at the moment. So it is coming up on this flat 200-period moving average, so that is a concern, but it shows some weakness. Maybe we get a little bit, I don't know, it's already doing a range concern, so we'll keep an eye on it, but it definitely does have some support right there. So like I said, not rushing into anything, guys. It is FOMC today. We are going to experience a little bit of chop, I imagine, before that. So just stay patient. Really look for that relative strength today. That's what's going to be on the main focus here. As Urban is looking good. URBN. What do we have for the upcoming FOMC? I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna. I really haven't been looking into it recently. I don't know if we're gonna raise rates. If we're gonna ease the rate hikes. I'm not exactly sure, honestly. Does anybody got a? I mean, I feel like people know. Usually that stuff is baked in already. Whether we're going to raise it by 0.25 or not raise it at all, I feel like people usually know that stuff. But I mean, I'm a technical trader, so I really don't pay too much attention to the fundamental politic kind of stuff, So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure where we're at for the FOMC. Coming up at 2, though. JWoww, going to set the world on fire. All right, guys. Pan W is looking pretty solid right here. It's already up to that $200 area. Man, that's a real strong move. If we get a consolidation at 200, I might consider it. But It's a little bit aggressive right. No, it's not a little bit. It is aggressive right here. So be careful with that. Guys, Urban's still looking really good. Actually, I'm about to get some Urban. 31.70. It's gonna be low of the day by high of the day. Urban. It's gonna go right here, isn't it? I don't know if that one's gonna give us an entry. It would have been low of the day by high of the day. It would have been 69 cent stop loss. So about a 75 cent stop loss, I guess. Up 75 cents. You're up 64 already. So we're going. So Urban was not too bad there. This Coles. Good morning, Casey. How are you doing, man? Coles is. Guys, I still like Coles actually. This is showing some good strength. Showing some good strength over here. So keep an eye on that one. A and F moving up as well. This one's got a little bit of a range concern though. It's already exceeded its average trading range, so careful with that. Don't see much on the short side. Markets are kind of chopping around at the moment. SPY sold off initially. Now we're getting a little bounce here. Q, same sort of thing. Sold off. Now it's ripping towards high of the day. CNHI, U. All right, so none of those bottom three ideas are really doing much. Hey, thanks for the follow, my man. If you got any questions or comments, whatever it is, make sure you throw it up in the chat log. Ain't nobody stopping you. And there's the Urban. That would have been 67 cents, so would have been barely missed the target there. Guys, Coles is looking. Dang, look at that thing, just rolled over. My goodness, guys, Coles is my top watch right here. I'm considering this. It would be. I don't know about low today. That's a wide stop there. Watch Coles over 22.80 though. I do like this. What's the hourly looking like? Not a whole lot of resistance here. Should see at least 23 out of it. So probably give it that pivot right there. Guys, I'm about to get my order ready on this Coles. 22.80. I'm gonna give it probably 40 cents. I'll give it 40 cents, so 22.40. All right, 22.80, 24. So we're gonna need 23.20. All right, guys. Give this thing a few cents. All right, guys, Coles order is in there. I don't want it to trigger just yet. I'd really like it to wait for this next 20 seconds or so, but it's not going to give us that. There we go. I guess I didn't need it to wait. My bad. This is just a nice clean 1 minute 3-bar play right here. Just a nice 1 minute 3-bar play. So we're in there. 40 cent stop loss. I'm going to go ahead and raise this up by a few pennies here. There we go. So we got 35 out of 40. All right, there you go. All right, so Coles is in there. Guys, Citigroup's looking weak. Citigroup's looking weak. Watch that. Watch Citigroup for a pattern under low of the day right there. QCOM moving on up. Apple's moving higher. Right. There's that Pan W. It's getting it going. Would have been about $1.70 on the stop. You're up $3. Impressive move on the Pan W. 1 minute 3-bar play. CNHI is looking interesting here. Doing pretty good volume as well, so keep an eye on that one. U hanging out. ADI's not looking that great, honestly. So Cole's kind of chopping around here a little bit. Ooh, it's getting a little jiggy on the Coles. Getting a little jiggy. We'll see if we can't try to get over that $23 area. Was a little bit of resistance up there. Markets are pretty choppy at the moment. SPY's kind of hanging out in the range, looking like it's going lower. Qs are at high of the day. That's a strong move on the Qs for sure. So, oh, son of a gun, dude. Cole's trailed out. You can put it in there. Well, early out on the Colts is what it is. I mean, I would have taken that again, guy. I like the 3-bar play. That's a clean 1 minute 3-bar play right there. Just sometimes those things happen. All right, so look, Urban's not going to be great, guys. Cole's shaking the tree. A&F. This one's just too extended for me. It's doubled its range just about. QCOM looking higher. Apple's looking higher. Guys, the Citigroup's not bad. The Citigroup's not a bad idea. Keep an eye on Citigroup. It is at a little bit of a range concern right at that support at 44, so be mindful of that, but it is showing some weakness right now. It is showing weakness. CNHI is one I want to keep an eye on. Actually, I like CNHI quite a bit here. I like CNHI quite a bit. Volume-wise, it's doing good volume. So we got that. So yeah, watch CNHI for a pattern. Watch CNHI for something there. I took Apple off my thumbnail watch because it's just, I mean, it's pretty strong, so I don't need to watch that. UADI, nothing. All right. Cool. I got a couple backup ideas. I'm going to scroll through real fast, see if we got anything worthwhile, worth watching. Doesn't look like it at the moment. ORI potentially, shop maybe. Check some of these backup long ideas. Because Amazon's pretty strong. I want to keep an eye on the Amazon. Oxy's not doing much just yet. And then Macy. Guys, Macy's actually looks pretty interesting. Gets back up over high today. I want to keep an eye on that. Oxy, kind of same thing, but he's get back towards high today. So I might keep an eye on the Macy's. Keep an eye on the Macy's. Wow, man, that thing's weak. Dang. Coles, dirty dog, rolled over. Hey, thanks for the follow, my man. I appreciate it. Like I said, you guys got any questions or comments, make sure you throw them out there. SPY's looking weak at the moment. CNHI is probably my favorite short idea here. I kind of like this sell setup, actually. Give it a decent range. It's only done 15 cents today. Jeez. I'd probably give it high today. I mean, it's got range to go. Right at that 1350 area. I'm thinking about 1355 by 1366. Looking at this CNHI, 1355 by 1366. We need 13.44. Not much at all. Sell setup is there, but I don't know about this thing. It's a little bit spotty and dotty. Like, you see how it's like kind of gapping on this 1 minute chart? I think I'm gonna hold off on that. This thing has some good range too, so I think I'd be a lot more comfortable getting in underneath this 1350 area. See how 1350 is kind of acting as a support recently, so if it gets down to 1350, I'll watch it. But at the moment, right here on this sell setup, I'm not gonna get into that. There's just a couple reasons why I shouldn't take the trade, so there's reasons to not take a trade, don't take it. Alright. Oh, gee, man, that's why you use a stop loss, guys. It's a great lesson in why you use a stop loss. So maybe you have a little bit of ego issues and you're like, Coles will come back up. I'm going to just not use my stop or use a mental stop. And then it just continues to roll over. This is why you got to use a stop loss. I lost like 0.8 R. I didn't even lose a full R on it. So it's really not a big deal at all. QCOM chopping here. CNHI is doing a good job so far. Citigroup, guys. Citigroup's still a little bit interesting. Right at that 44.20 area. Give this thing. How much room do we have here? Not a lot. Not a lot of room, but keep an eye on the Citigroup. Keep an eye on that C. The Qs are at high today. SPY's struggling quite a bit. Yeah, SPY's dropping. The Qs aren't dropping too much. Those Qs are at high today. Qs are actually kind of strong right now. I wonder if it's because Amazon's strong. Guys, I do like this Amazon. Over 117. It looks pretty good. So keep an eye on Amazon over 117. Keep an eye on that. ADI, and that thing is going to be done. This thing gets back to low of the day. Keep an eye on it, maybe. PanW is just absolute beast mode. Like a $2 stop on that 3-bar play, you're up 3.5 bar. My Atlanta, I did not see that. Maybe it happened. All right. Amazon. Like I said, I like Amazon. Macy's. Ooh, Macy's rolled over, so not much to do with that. Apple's moving higher. Guys, I still like Citigroup. The more it chops around right here, the more it like tests some resistance, the more I like it. So keep an eye on the Citigroup. CNHI under 1350, you can watch. I don't see anything on the long side, really. I don't see anything on the long side other than Amazon. Amazon's the only thing even remotely good on the long side. So leaning short at the moment here. You're looking at Visa, Casey. Going short. Yep. All right. Getting in down here at 220. So getting down here. Stop at 222. Ooh, not a lot of protection. I mean, average day on this is like $3, so not a whole lot of protection there. So target of 218. I mean, it could very easily continue this move down though. You really don't have a whole lot of. I mean, there's some junk right here, so you could bounce. But you are down a pretty decent amount. So I mean, 222 would not be a crazy a bounce. You know, it's not a whole lot of protection, but it is definitely a weak stock. Definitely trading down into a void. So it does have some good quality characteristics about it, but 222 is a little bit tight there. All right, we are officially off the 1 minute chart, 15 minutes into the day. So switch these things up to the 5. See if we can't get a pattern on one of these. CNHI still like CNHI under low of the day. Keep an eye on that. We got Netflix put 0 DTE. Let's see. Netflix buying a 355 put. Are you selling it or buying it? If you're selling it, yeah, you need to get under the 355, right? It's bouncing right out some support, right? Like a 50% retracement. It's much stronger than the market right now. So, and another thing, FOMC is going to come out and it's probably going to shake up all these stocks, especially the big caps. Buying the put, yeah. So you need it under 355 then. I mean, it could get there. It could get there. Like I said, FOMC is going to shake up the markets as well. So, guys, CNHI, guys. CNHI. Watch this under 1350. 1350 by like 1360. 10-cent stop loss. Watch this. Needs a couple more minutes right here, but I do like it quite a bit. I do like the CNHI quite a bit. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the CNHI. All right. Yeah, be a 10-cent stop loss here on this. What is it? CNH Industrial. The 10-cent stop. Key SPYs are looking weak. Qs are finally getting a little bit of weakness as well. Really don't want to see it peekaboo too much lower right here. It's gonna keep going there. So that 1 minute sell setup is doing a decent job so far. We need 1344 for full target. Urban. None of these long ideas are looking good at all. Retail sector ended up being weak. I gotta stop trusting the retail sector, man. All those stocks always suck. Kohl's, Macy's, like Nordstrom. Those are some crappy stocks, man. Kohl's, man. Kohl's got me. Some fucking Kohl's cash. Dang. It got me, man. And Kohl's kills me. That store is something else, man. It's like everything in that store is on sale, but it's like it's really just not on sale because the original price is like $60 for a T-shirt, and they're like, oh, half off today only or some shit. And it's like it's still $30 for a T-shirt, man. Like, that's not a good deal. It's not on sale. Can't have everything on sale, Kohl's, but they do. They try to at least. I haven't been to Kohl's in so long. No, I gotta stop talking about that stock. I think it's just an absolute dog. Like I said though, this is why you use a stop loss. This is why you use a stop loss. We had a 40-cent stop. If you didn't use a stop, you would be down over 4R. Oh, that would be one hell of a trade right there. So, a little lesson on why stop losses are important. All right. I'm about to say A&F is interesting, but man, the range is very much a concern. It's already doubled its average trading range. So you're going to be asking a lot out of this thing. You're right into a little bit of resistance up here, like the $28, $29 area. So be careful with the A&F. It is showing some decent strength. I mean, maybe you could get aggressive and scalp. I mean, you got like 70 cents to high of the day. So if you're trying to get out before high of the day, you could maybe justify it. Not the world's worst idea, but just be mindful. It is a bit of a range concern there. As QCOM's still looking interesting under low of the day. I like this thing actually. Actually, this is probably my top idea. What is the low of the day by high of the day on QCOM? Watch it. Watch it. That is interesting. I mean, it's got look where you're at. Nice big void. Peekaboo right below that 102 area. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that QCOM lower. Alright, Amazon still hanging out. Guys, Amazon still looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see it over 117. I'm not gonna buy it under resistance, but I do think that thing looks good. Urban, Apple's ended up being strong today. Man, I'm impressed by PanW. That thing is just beast mode today. Really did not expect it. That 1 minute 3-bar play just ripped. Citigroup. Honestly, Citigroup is still a little bit interesting. The range concern is definitely still there. But you can get a decent sized stop on that. Maybe get it down to just under the $44 area. CNHI is getting it done. Had a little bit of fear of loss, I think, on this sell setup, man. Would have been an 11-cent stop loss. Would have been down 10 cents, almost a full target. I mean, it was definitely there. It was definitely there. Oops. That's QCOM though. QCOM is top watch right now. Low of the day by high of the day, basically. It's low of the day by high of the day. QCOM low of the day by high of the day. Walmart, Casey. Let me check on that in just 1 second. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get an order ready on this. 195 by high of the day. All right. Target's going to be down a little bit more. Oh, it's triggering right here, guys. Actually, no, it's not. It's 101.95. It hasn't triggered just yet. Give this thing a little bit of room. All right, guys. QCOM order is in there. 101.95, or just actually, you know what? QCOM, low of the day by high of the day. QCOM, low of the day by high of the day. I love this daily chart, man. That's what's really selling me. I love it. Under this, it doesn't have any support. Nothing holding it back. Markets are looking weak, looking lower. Spine cues both, so liking the QCOM here. Man, CNHI I was a little bit scared, baby, on that. What is this? Sorry, guys, one sec. What? Oh, shit. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So QCOM's still looking good. Off to a decent little start there. I mean, my God, the timing of like stuff is just so perfect sometimes. Like there's like 1 hour of my day where I'm like, I don't need to do anything. 8:30 to 9:30, I'm cut off. Whew, inevitably, something always pops up. Guys, this A&F is getting a little bit more interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I got 50-cent stop loss. Whew, I'm out of breath, man. I ran like 2 seconds through my house and I'm out of breath. Whew. Need to go run some more, I guess. Sheesh. All right, so we're in the QCOM. A&F. It's not. It's a little bit interesting, but not in it. Not taking it. Urban's doing his thing. Cole's doing his thing. You dog, QCOM. This thing is pulling quite a bit right here. So we had an 84-cent stop. I'm probably gonna lower my stop just a little bit. All right. Jeez, cheese and rice, man. All right, I'm gonna lower my stop just a little bit. 102.66. Lowering that stop just a little bit on the QCOM. Oh my goodness. All right. Walmart, Casey. Yes. Let me scan my list real fast. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm all over the place right now. Citigroup still looking interesting. Apple's pretty strong. U is strong. Macy's. Guys, you can still keep an eye on the Amazon. I still like Amazon. I like what that's doing. ADI is not doing anything. So let me check out Walmart real fast for you, Casey. Walmart. daily entry, short 146. You're getting it right here. Okay, I like it so far. Stop loss at 149. So you got a little bit of protection on the stop loss. Good, good. Target of 142, right at that flat 200. I like that. I do. I like this Walmart. You are at a little bit of support. See how this area was previous area of support. So other than that, I do like it. You are down a little bit, but definitely have the void to get down to that 142 area. So I'm not looking too bad on the Walmart. Looking pretty solid there. All right, guys. So don't see a whole lot else right now at the moment. SPY and Q's finding a little bit of support down here. QCOM doing the same. So hopefully we get a little bear sandwich on that one. We shall see. At the moment, the 1 minute is looking a little bit higher. So I'm not feeling too warm and fuzzy about the QCOM, but I do think we got room to drop on that. So not worried about it just yet. All right, guys. Don't see a whole lot else. What's the fat man up to? Let's check it out here. Tesla's a little bit weak. Apple's weak. Or Apple's strong. I mean, Amazon's still interesting over 117. Microsoft. Nvidia, Facebook. All right. I don't see a whole lot right here, guys. Anything having a big day here? Netflix moving on up. Netflix is looking a little bit strong here, honestly. So getting Netflix under that 355 might be a little bit of a tough move there. Man, QCOM, you freaking dog, man. The thing's bouncing a lot more than I really wanted to right now. So hopefully we get a little bit of a weakness on the markets and on QCOM. Son of a... Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'll be right back again. I'm sorry. I really am. All right. Shit. We're back. We are back. Sorry about that. I might have to leave one more time. Should be more than a few minutes, so. Like I said, man. Something always seems to happen right in this time frame. It's like, God damn. All right. So where are we at right now? SPY Qs still looking a little bit weak. I mean, I feel like the SPY's at a spot where it definitely can bounce though. I mean, we're in a lot of thick right here, a lot of junk right there, so. Q's looking a little bit lower at the moment, maybe. We do have this bottoming tail at 331, so a little bit of support, but we are chopping around, putting in some big topping tails up here, trying to get over VWAP. Not to much avail. I looked at Walmart. Okay. All right. Whew. Back on track. QCOM put in a red bar like we needed to. Good stuff there. I'm a little bit upset I didn't take the CNHI. This is probably my miss of the day right now. I was watching it, had the order ready for it, everything. 1 minute sell setup. I didn't trust. I had fear of loss. Point blank period. Fear of loss. 11 cent stop loss. It went 14 cents. So, all right. Who's this? 1 second. All right. Now we are back. No more distractions. Sheesh. It's like it was one thing after another, man. All right. We are back in it. QCOM's looking good. Fantastic. All right. Whew. I'm going to go ahead and lower the stop to just over that $50 area. So 102.50. 102, where we at? Let's go 55, honestly. 102.55. So this was a 84-cent stop. We're sitting at a 60. All right, there we go. 0.71R risk on the QCOM. Putting in a nice little bowl sandwich. Looking lovely. Bowl sandwich warrants a bearish move. So should be good on the QCOM. I like what we're doing at this point. Markets are still looking weak. SPY Q's looking weak. So I like being on the short side of the market. Still watching the Citigroup actually. Citigroup's not a bad short idea. Under this 44.20 area, I do like that a little bit. Keep an eye on it. Otherwise, I don't see a whole lot. Actually, this Unity software, guys, keep an eye on this one. Looking real weak. A lot of range left, so watch the Unity software. There we go. Well, I took Urban off my list. I don't think I'm gonna be trading that thing. It was a nice high level gap, but it just whipped around pretty early, so not a lot to do with it. This Unity though, I want to see it under support, 29.60. So I want to see Unity underneath support. Be like a 50-cent stop. Oh, I need to get it down here. So stay patient on that. No need to rush into it, but it's not looking too bad right now. It's looking pretty weak. Looking a little bit weak there. All right. So the Coles really just whipped us around, didn't it? Just got whipped around on the Coles. Should have got this CNHI. Like I said, I'm a little bit upset. Should have had 1R locked on CNHI, but it is what it is. Citigroup is an interesting idea. Q come in. Not Q come. The Qs are looking real weak right now, actually. Looking very weak on the NASDAQ. Coming into that 330.50 area. SPY's looking pretty weak as well. SPY's getting into like even more support though. The farther it drops, the more support it gets, honestly. Unless we go all the way down to 409, then the support breaks. But down here at 410, we got quite a bit of buying happening. So probably gonna expect to bounce around then. So really would like to see QCOM break under this low of the day right here and make a move lower. We don't need a whole lot out of it. Actually, we need a pretty decent move out of that thing. We need a pretty decent move down to 101 on the QCOM. But it does have quite a bit of range, guys. Average day on this is 320. It's not even broken $1 yet. So plenty of range on the QCOM to go much, much lower. So Stay patient with that. Don't rush out of it. Don't let that your ego take control. Just stay patient, ride it out. What we got? What news is happening on TradingView? Some new data. Not as interesting as these, man. These past two news announcements have been awesome. Chart synchronization, script rewards. This can't keep up the stellar news announcements forever, I guess. All right. So U is bouncing a little bit. QCOM's hanging out at low of the day. The SPY and Qs continue lower. All right. Check out some of these swing trades. See how the swing trades are doing. So we did exit DLTR today. Has earnings tomorrow, so we got out of that thing. Should be, I guess, we got 1 R locked, so I don't know, another 0.3 R or something like that. CRM, this one looks like we exited CRM as well. Stop break even right there. MDB is hanging out. VNT is hanging out. Rumble's doing the same. The Toast. A lot of stuff just kind of chopping around, hanging out today. GWRE looks like it tagged us out stopped us out there. So got a couple R, made a little bit of money, lost a little bit of money. Probably levels out to about break even, I imagine. So not too bad there. QCOM, I really should have been in the CNHI. This is my biggest pet peeve is whenever you look at a stock, it has, I don't know why I didn't take this. Can anybody tell me why I didn't take it? I was looking at it. I was like, what are you doing? 11 cents stop loss. It was beautiful. I mean, 11 cents was even, you're giving it a lot of room with that. You could have, that would have been, yeah. That was my fault on the CNHI. Should have been in that. Should have been in it. It's not, I mean, this thing's not, I don't want to say, I don't want to chase it. I don't want to sit here and chase it and revenge trade this at all, but it does have some range to drop. Look where it's at on this daily chart. I mean, it has room down to 13. Still doing good volume, so we can keep an eye on the CNHI lower. We can keep an eye on that thing lower. Citigroup's chopping around here. We'll check some of these backup ideas again, I suppose. See if anything's popping off. Not really, nope. All right. So don't see a whole lot here. All right. So there we are. So yeah, really just watching the QCOM, or not, I'm not watching, just in the QCOM, only trade we have right now. It's looking even better, honestly. Breakdown under that 101.80 area, it's looking pretty nice. You could maybe even add and reduce, honestly. Add some shares, reduce your stop to 102.46, 65 cent stop. What would that be? 101.80. What was that? 102.46. So you could get 15 shares. I just add 3 shares. Average price would be right about there. A little bit. If it chops around a little bit more, I may end up doing that. I may end up adding and reducing on the QCOM. I may end up adding and reduce on QCOM. Let's see what it would look like. I need it over here. Initial entry is 101.94. Stop loss at high of the day. And then another entry would be 101. Alright, so here's the add and reduce. What is going on? Oh, that's why. This thing's not updated and go short. of the gun. Yep, there's that. All right. So still really not watching anything right now, guys. This market's pretty hesitant to go short on anything at this point because the SPY's down in quite a bit of support, and we're pretty extended down here, so a bounce is expected. And I just don't see anything on my long list at all. I don't see anything on my long list. And at A&F, it would have, if you gave it the tight stop, it definitely would have shook you out. 52 cents, it shook the tree there right after going almost full target. QCOM still hanging out. CNHI doing the same. Citigroup. Yeah, like I said, not feeling great about any of the short ideas, and all my long ideas are just kind of in the gutter, kind of very mediocre. Let's see if we got any backup ideas on the S&P. Is Facebook doing anything? Yeah. Netflix still hanging out up there. Not a whole lot on the list. You guys have any ideas? Be my guest. Throw them up in the chat log. But right now, I don't really have anything for my list. I don't see much really scanning wise. Let's see if we can't find some short ideas potentially. Ford is having a down day. Citigroup, Target's a little bit extended down there. All right, so I don't see a whole lot. So we're gonna stay patient. We got 2 trades today so far. Kohl's shook the name tree on us. That was a nice 3-bar play right there. Nice big position of power getting up here. Nice green bar getting in over high of the day. I liked it. Still like it. I'd probably take it again if I had a chance. I mean, no, not if I knew the outcome, I wouldn't, obviously. But I mean, if I was put in that situation again, I'd probably send that one up. Probably send that thing. It was under the $23 area, which was a concern. So that was probably the biggest issue with that trade. It was right under that $23 shelf right there. But nonetheless, still not a horrible trade there. A&F is chopping around. QCOM, man, this thing's just hanging out. Just absolutely hanging out. So hopefully this thing doesn't go too much higher here. I'd really like to see it come all the way back down to low of the day and break it. That's what we'd really like to see here on the QCOM. CNHI. You could potentially watch this for a 5-minute sell setup. It's coming right up. It's not as clean as that 1 minute, not by any means. So be careful with it, but it is not looking too bad. Closing stop loss potentially. What are you going to need out of that? 12, see, 1337. Plenty of range on that. The average day is like 33. It's only done 25, so plenty of range on that one there. All right, yeah. Ooh. Keep an eye on CNH. Like I said, I do want to be a little hesitant because markets are an area where they can bounce. Markets are an area where they look like they're ready to bounce. So, the A&F ended up, look at that, shook the tree, man. That would have been annoying. He would have gave it the 50 cents. Oh, I guess, no, 50 cents would have tagged you out, and then bam, would have just hit 50 cents. That one, man, the retail sector is tough, dude. It is, those stocks are just, they do not trade favorably, do they? Kohl's, Macy's, Abercrombie Fitch. What was that AEO doing? AEO, just, yeah, some tough stocks right there, man. Citigroup. All right. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot for you guys right now. Nothing on my list is worth looking super great at the moment. Maybe some CNHI. That's about it. We're in the QCOM. I'm getting a little bit worried about the QCOM. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna alter my management or anything like that, but I'm getting a little bit worried about this thing. What is our risk on this again? 195, so 84-cent stop. We're sitting at 60. Yes, a 0.71 R risk on that one. Then we were out 0.8 R risk on the coals. So I got about 1.5 R risk is the worst day we could have here. Worst case scenario, we're down 1.5, which isn't that bad actually. Not the best day. I mean, especially when you consider that we should have had the CNHI, which would have put us at break even right now. So, still looking at this one though, guys. I'm not crossing CNHI off the list just yet. 11 to 14 cent stop loss there. Watch it. Watch it. Markets are getting a little bounce, kind of as expected. Coming into an area of support, so hopefully we don't bounce too much higher. Might shake us out of QCOM. Hopefully not. I really don't want to see it break these pivots here. If it breaks these pivots at 102.46, then you might have to fork this trade. You might have to fork the QCOM if it gets up over that 102.40 area. All right, what time is it? 10:20. I mean, it feels like it's later in the day. Honestly, it feels like it should be almost 11. I've been running around all morning, man. Yeah. That was way louder than I thought it'd be. I'm sorry if you guys heard that slurp. Just finished up the water. All right. Yeah, CNHI is the only thing I'm really interested in here. And it's right at that 50% retracement, right at the view. It has some things going for it, no doubt about it. It's got some things going for it. It's not doing stellar volume. There's definitely been days where it's doing more. So that is another little bit of a concern there, but keep an eye on it nonetheless. Keep an eye on the CNHI. Otherwise, like I said, I don't see a whole lot for you. You ended up chopping around. We can still watch this under low of the day, I suppose, actually. I kept thinking this was Urban when I was looking at it on my thumbnail watch list, but Urban is definitely done. This thing is not tradable for me at all. But Unity Software, this one's a little bit interesting. Like that pivot at 27.57. So, other than that, looking like it has room to drop. Still got really good range left, actually over half its range left on the Unity software. So watch that. Markets are looking a little bit lower at the moment. Looking a little lower there. Right. So, you guys got any trades open right now? Got anything? I got 0.8 R down on the coals, like I said, and then QCOM is just chopping around. So, like I said, worst case scenario, we're down 1.5 R. I mean, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say R? I'm saying like I'm up 1 R, I'm down 0.8 R, I'm up 2 R. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say that? Or is that gibberish to you guys? I mean, if you don't understand it, make sure you ask. R units are basically just how you track risk. It's basically just how you track risk. You can do it on the trading view actually, but guys, CNHI. I'm thinking about even getting in 1348, 1360. 1 minute. Got some volume spot. Yeah, I don't know. That thing just gonna irk me. Especially, I know if I get tagged out of that, I'm just gonna be like, why did I trade that one and not the 1 minute? So I'm gonna hold off on that. So I guess you guys do know what an R is. That's good. That's good. So I'm not talking gibberish to you. You guys know what an R is. Do you guys? My next question: do you guys use R units to track your trades and track your progress? Is that how you guys manage risk? Is by using R units, or are you doing something else? The R unit thing is pretty popular among traders, especially day traders. Guys, I'm gonna say Citigroup, but man, this thing needs to get down there. It needs to get that. If Citigroup comes down to, never mind, guys. This thing has support, range concern. Citigroup's gonna be tough. What does 1R mean? Oh, there you go. I'm glad you asked, Diane. So 1R is just a one risk unit. So like, let's say I'm gonna trade Citigroup. Entry 44.2, stop loss 44.6. 44.6. Then my target. So this is a 40-cent stop loss, 40 ticks. So 40, and TradingView does R's actually too. This little 1 right here, that means my target is 1R away. If we did 80 ticks, my target is 2R away. And R units is just what you're risking per trade. So if you're risking $100 per trade, that means 1R is $100. So if you were to hit target on this and this goes to 43.40, you would make 2R, which is $200. You see, it's risk to reward is what that is. Risk to reward. So that is what R units are. That's how I base all my trades, how I base all my stats are based on R units. So, like, and then whenever I've raised my stop, and like right now on QCOM, my initial stop was 84 cents. I've now lowered my stop to 60 cents. So now instead of risking that full 1R, now I'm only risking 0.7 of an R. So instead of losing, if I was risking $100 per trade, instead of losing $100 on this trade, I'm only going to be losing $70 on this trade now. So what does it mean? It just means your risk units. It's just how you track risk. It's how you manage risk. So does that answer your question? Kind of. What does it mean? It's a unit for risk. It's how you track and manage your progress as a trader. Like a good day trader will end the year up 100R, and maybe 1R for them is 1% of their account, so they'll end the year up 100%. So it's just instead of tracking by percents or stuff like that, you just use R units. Just a little bit easier, a little bit quicker math. And like I said, it is calculated on TradingView too. So like this right here, if you just left it, would be 1.27 R target. Come on, QCOM. This thing's slopping around, man. It needs to get under low of the day and go. Get under low of the day and get gone. CNHI. The sell said it triggered. So, I mean, if you liked it, it was there. 12-cent stop loss. You're going to need 13.36 out of it. So you got a 4-cent drop so far. Not a horrible start. Markets continuing to look like they're going a little lower. We are in a lot of support, though. We are in a lot of support right here. Like I said, on this 410 area on the SPY. So, not set on this thing going, just dropping like a rock at the moment. Qs definitely have more room to drop. Qs definitely have more of a void here, down to like 329-ish. More void there. Guys, there's QCOM. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get me down there. Keep it going. Once it gets under low of the day, I think we'll have a nice breakdown. Just needs to get under that initial low of the day, 101.80. Once we get under that, I think we got room to drop. I think we're good to go. Q's dropping. Good. This Unity, guys, I'm going to keep an eye on this. This is very interesting to me. Where's the support at? 27. 2760s. You are right above that support, that pivot support right there if you get in here. So it is a little bit aggressive. You give it like a 50-cent stop loss or so. It definitely has the range to get there. So I'm going to keep an eye on this Unity software. Not a bad idea. Same as, like I said, Citigroup has issues, guys. Citigroup has issues. Already exceeded not exceeded, but it's already at that average range, right above support at 44 bucks. So that one's gonna be a little bit tougher. This Unity, it's got plenty of range. It is another one above, just above support. So be mindful of that, but keep an eye on it nonetheless. Keep an eye on it. All right, guys. Spine keys, man. This is a choppy, bearish day, man. Quite the choppy, bearish day on the markets. I mean, we had opportunity though. We definitely had opportunity. This CNHI, I looked at it early. I scared myself off of it. Would have hit 1R. Otherwise, I mean, Unity didn't have much. Coles really shook the tree on us. Not much to do with that. A&F. Yeah, A&F that was another tough one. Not much to do with it. We're in the QCOM, so hopefully that gets it going. Citigroup, I didn't see anything to do with Citigroup. Even on this 1 minute, really wasn't anything there. The PAN-W was not too bad. The PAN-W, that 3-bar play right there that's kind of textbook. I mean, I say it's textbook. The pattern is textbook. The location is not. Whenever you were getting into that thing, it would have been getting in right at 200 bucks. So you have resistance at 201. You got resistance at 203, 202-ish, whatever. So you had multiple areas of resistance. So the fact that it just absolutely ripped through this, I mean, obviously anything can happen, but statistically speaking, odds-wise, usually you're going to see some sort of resistance up there. So PNW was good. It wasn't great. Apple ended up being strong for most of the morning. Macy's was a dog week. Urban chopped around. We were looking at Urban pretty early here. Would have barely missed target, I think. 74 cent stop. It went 67 cents. So yeah, would have barely missed target on that Urban. So I guess good thing we didn't snag that. Amazon, thought it was strong. Now it's showing a little weakness. And then this ADI just never gave us anything. So not a whole lot. Had a few ideas. The CNHI, not a bad one. Other than that, though, none of my backup ideas really did much. This AA, SRPT, Roblox, all kind of chopping around. So, I mean, this is an FOMC day, though, guys. This is an FOMC. I appreciate you, Yasuki. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. So, take care, my man. Hope you had a good day. Hope you're making some money today. Or at least you're following your plan at the very least. You don't have to make money every day, but you do have to follow your plan. You do got to follow the plan. A&F is a little bit tempting, guys. I cannot lie. I don't like that I'm tempted by it. You're gonna need a wide stop. Yeah, no. I need to stop looking at that. The 5 minutes there. 5 minutes doesn't look too bad. Then you look at any other time frame and you're like, oh, that's not a good trade. Way too extended. right below, is it at support or below resistance? I guess it's right above resistance. But always follow your plan, you're paid for. Exactly. Exactly. You're gonna pay for it if you don't. Even if you get paid, even if you break your plan and you get paid, eventually that will catch up to you. Eventually the market it'll get its money back. Don't worry. It always does. It always does, man. There was some. Was it you that said something planning prevents? There was like five P's. It was a tongue twister. Proper planning prevents poor. Proper plan. Yeah, it is. Proper planning prevents poor performance. The five P's there. Proper planning prevents poor performance. You plan properly. You implement that plan properly. You're gonna avoid poor performance. There's CNHI. Well, I'm glad I didn't take the buy setup on CNHI. I knew that this was not a good trade. This would have been a revenge trade. This would have been me missing out on that first 1 minute buy set and trying to make it back. And it wasn't there. It was not there. Yeah, there you go, Suzuki. I really want to know why I didn't take this. I'm about to go back and watch that. What would scare me out of this? I mean, it checked off every box. It checked. Market's going weak. This thing's looking weak. Perfect retracement. Perfect smooth buy setup, like or sell setup. Should have been in that. Should have been in that thing. And there's Unity bouncing up again here. Under that, I mean, if it comes all the way back down, it'll look good. But it's showing a little bit of strength right now. Markets are bouncing here just a bit. I mean, we're still in that area of support, so bounce is not a huge surprise. I just need QCOM to get under low of the day, man. I need QCOM to get under low of the day and not get above any of these pivots. So we got 60-cent stop right now. I don't want to lower my stop. I don't know if that's going to do much for me. It's not really going to do a whole lot for me. It's going to save by 0.05R, which is like, what's the point of that if you're getting tagged out? Like, no reason to risk getting tagged out to save just a little bit, you know? I mean, if you get tagged out and that trade ends up working, well, that's like a 1.5 hour swing. So you don't want to be doing that. You do not want to be getting tagged out. We got tagged out of Tesla on Monday. Still feeling that one. Not really. I'm over it, but would be nice to have that. Definitely would be nice to have that for Tesla. All right, guys. So I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm trading anything else today. Unity's moving up a little bit more than what I want to see. It's gonna really need to put in a massive engulfing bar for me to be interested in that, which is not likely. Coles is junk. And there's the ANF, man. If you liked it, I don't know. 28.79 to 40. I mean, if you got the absolute tightest stop you possibly could, it would have been 39 cents. You would have been almost to target. 36 cents is what it went to. So you could have been very aggressive and scalped it, but not really for me. CNHI is looking like it's going to tag out if you took the buy setup. Citigroup hanging out. Yeah, so I don't see a whole lot right now. Really anything at all. So it might be done for the trading for today. QCOM, you freaking dog. Stop. Guys, I do like QCOM, I'm not gonna lie. If this thing tags out, there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, this is a stellar gap, a stellar void. It's doing good volume. Where was this pivot at? It's a 101.93. Yeah, so we're good. We were below that pivot when we entered. Like, there is nothing wrong with this trade at all. Maybe the relative strength it showed early. Maybe that was the one concern you could have, is that it popped early while the market was kind of selling off a little bit. But I mean, this is a NASDAQ stock, so it's more related to the Qs anyways. So that initial pop wasn't as big of a deal. But not feeling too warm and fuzzy about the QCOM here. Maybe it works. Maybe it gets going, but we'll see. We'll see. Not much we can do except let the market do its thing. The only thing you can do in trading is control what you lose, man. You can't control how much you make. You can't control what the market does. You can't control any of that, but you can control how much you lose. And that's why money management is the most important aspect of trading. Risk management, money management. Without those two things, you're kind of in the gutter. So make sure you're doing those two above all else. Manage that risk, manage that money. Ooh. Man, A&F, that thing ended up getting it done. 39-cent stop went 43 cents. I mean, you would have been aggressive with that. I really don't like being that aggressive, guys. I really don't. I like to give them a little bit more room. All right. Yeah, Unity's going to be done here. Bouncing way too strong. So that's gonna do it for my trading. If you guys have any, man, QCOM's about to tag us, isn't it? Son of a gun. QCOM's probably gonna get us, so that'll be about a 1.5 hour down day for me. So we should be. So that'll put us right about break even on the week. So right about break even on the week if QCOM ends up tagging us out. Hopefully it doesn't, man. Maybe it holds, but not feeling too good about that holding. So looking like there's going to be an hour and a half down day. Not the world's worst day. Still right around that break-even spot on the week. So still having a pretty decent week. As always, if you guys are not already in the Lang Trading Discord, make sure you check that out. Link is in the description below. It's free to join. I will be in that voice channel right after I get off of here at 11 o'clock. 11 to about 1 o'clock. What did I say? 11 to 1, my bad. I was getting my time zones mixed up and stuff. So I'm Central Time. I was doing the Eastern Time thing, but 11 to 1 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be in that live voice channel in the Discord. So if you guys want to talk it up, have a little conversation, maybe ask some questions about trading, whatever it is, make sure you check that out. And if you have any other questions, you can send me an email. My email's in the description below as well. So do not hesitate to use those resources. They're there for a reason. So make sure you're getting the most out of them. With that, guys, I'll give you a few more minutes maybe. If you have any last minute questions or comments, check it out. But I will be calling it a day here in just a couple minutes here, guys. It's right about that time. Like I said, I don't see any other trades that I'm interested in. SPY's down quite a bit, so looking like it might bounce here. And then, like I said, I don't see anything else from my list that I really like. QCOM, like I said, it's probably going to tag us, so probably going to be down an hour and a half. Casey, you got NVIDIA? All right. Man, I should have got that CNHI. Otherwise, this would have been 0.7. So I would have been down about a half hour if I got that CNHI. Would not have been bad. All right, checking out NVIDIA. Let's see. Short on NVIDIA. Oof. You're shorting quite. I think this might be the strongest stock in the market this year. So right off the bat, you're shorting the strongest stock in the market. I mean, I get it. It is extended quite a bit. It's up 120%. So yeah, I could definitely pull back. But you're getting in right here, 299, Stop at 301. So you're not getting this really in here. You sure this is a daily chart? It's more like almost even a 5 minute. 299. Stop at 301.39. So you're not getting a whole lot of room at all. Just trying to get down to 296. You could definitely get there. Could definitely, if the markets chop around and go a little lower, you could definitely see that happening. But you are shorting a pretty strong stock at the moment. 296. I mean, 296 is this thing could very easily drop to 292 though. I mean, it has only half its range done today. If the markets end up being any weaker at all, this thing could definitely drop. So not a horrible position, but it is right at that whole number, right at 300, 299. So always expect a little bit of chop there, but not a bad idea. It does have earnings today too. One last note: it does have earnings, so if it doesn't hit target today, you might want to exit before end of the day because this thing could gap up or down pretty substantially on earnings. So with such a tight stop, you could really get hurt. I mean, if this thing gaps up to 313, what do you have? You have like a $3 stop, you're getting into 299. So I mean, if that gapped up to anywhere up here, you're down 5R. You're down 5R. So you got to make sure that that risk is minimized there. So just be mindful of the earnings. Just be mindful of that. Make sure you're managing that risk. But overall, not a horrible trade. Definitely has the room to drop there today. So, all right, guys. Oh, that's gonna do it for me. It was a fun day, good day. Not the best day, but not the worst day, you know. So there's hope, man. If this thing, oh come on, baby, roll over right here. That'd be sick. Hold my stop by 3 pennies. We'll see. I will update the Discord with how this trade ends up. Maybe it ends up rolling back over and we end up getting full target. We'll see. But at the moment, stop is at like 0.7R. Like I said, we got .R or negative .R on the calls. So worst case scenario, we're down an hour and a half. So like I said, not the world's worst day, but definitely manageable. So take care, guys. I will see you back here tomorrow morning, 9:20 Eastern time. Get back at it, ready to roll. So see you guys then.